Morning news on 3FM 92.7. We're coming to you live from our studios here at Adesawe Kanda. My name is Christabel Success Trevor. Now, two battling for life and many fear dead in Nchinchiso horror accident. Also, the first batch of Ghanaian evacuees from South Africa expected to arrive in Accra today, with another batch also arriving on Friday, May 29. Plus, Muslims celebrate Eid al-Adha marked with congregational prayers at various mosque feasts and other festivities. We've got details. Please stay with us. A tragic road accident on the Nchinchiso stretch of the Kumasi-Techiman Highway in the Ashanti region is reported to have claimed many lives. Two are in critical condition. According to an eyewitness, the fatal crash occurred on Tuesday afternoon after a commercial minibus traveling from Kumasi towards Techiman collided head-on with a trailer heading in the opposite direction. Reports suggest the driver of the commercial vehicle attempted to overtake another vehicle, but veered into the lane of the oncoming trailer, resulting in the collision.
3FM 92.7.
The bodies of three Muslim women from Winchi who died in the accident is reported to have been released to their families for burial in accordance with Islamic traditions Tuesday evening. Away from that, anti-graft campaigners want government to adopt best practices in legal and policy frameworks to ensure the retrieval of all monies flagged in the Auditor General's report on the All Africa Games expenditure. The Auditor General has recommended that former Minister for Youth and Sports Mustafa Yusuf be held responsible for the recovery of more than 579 million cedis linked to Ghana's hosting of the 13th African Games. The recommendation follows a forensic audit commissioned by President John Dramani Mahama, which uncovered widespread financial irregularities, including alleged cost inflation, unsupported payments, undelivered items and contract breaches in the organization of the Games. Chairman of the Youth and Sports Committee of Parliament and MP for Ashaiman, Dr. Enes Nobi, the committee will work in its power towards the recovery of the funds.
For this, the Auditor General report, and I'm sure it will come to the floor. The Speaker will definitely refer the report to either the Public Accounts Committee or the Youth and Sports, or jointly, and that is where we'll take it up from there. Because definitely this money must be recovered. Some must be recovered.
Are you?
And others, I'm not. In this case, I don't want to preempt anything, but in this age now, we are all saying plea bargaining. Some of these things, we need not to engage in these activities of plea bargaining. We must take the bull by the horn, and people should suffer for their
92.7.
Now, anti-graft campaigner Edem Senanu insists the retrieval should be followed with sanctions to deter others.
The area of asset recovery and management is one of the things that across the continent, many different countries are developing expertise. My organ at the EU level, we try and facilitate countries that don't have the expertise to look at it. At the moment, Nigeria's EFCC is very strong. Mauritius has the capacity. Kenya has the capacity. So whilst maybe in Ghana we don't have a strong capacity in asset recovery, and it's skill. And that skill also requires a certain policy or legal framework. A policy or legal framework that says that if you chase a person and he doesn't have cash but has assets, this is how you can seize and confiscate. This is what you can do to sell it off. These are the rules. If you sell it off, who can pay for it, etc. You need that kind of legal and policy framework to be able to, as it were, capacitate asset recovery and management, and to that extent, be sure you can get back resources that have been filtered away.
Edem Senanu is an anti-graft campaigner. Meanwhile, the former Minister for Youth and Sports and Member of Parliament for Yagaba Kubori, Mustafa Yusuf, has denied responsibility for alleged irregularities captured in the audit report on the 13th African Games held in Accra. In a press statement issued on Tuesday, the MP said his attention had been drawn to the release of the comprehensive audit report on the 13th African Games, Accra 2023, which reportedly attributes a number of financial and administrative irregularities to him. However, Mustafa Yusuf rejected the allegations, stating that he should not be held responsible for any irregularities, if any at all. According to him, he understands the audit report will be presented before Parliament, where persons cited in the findings will be given the opportunity to respond to issues raised. The first batch of Ghanaian evacuees from South Africa is expected to arrive in Accra today, with another batch also arriving on Friday, May 29, 2026, as arrangements for their repatriation near completion. Currently, the Ghana High Commission is screening over 800 Ghanaians who have registered to be repatriated from South Africa following heightened xenophobic attacks meted out to other Africans by black South Africans. The rescheduled evacuation would see 300 Ghanaians residing in South Africa flown on board a government-chartered flight from the OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg in the early hours of today. Here are some Ghanaians.
50 last year, me person me free chrome ha because situation led me buy my and I wanted to go back. I need to go back home.
Because we don't want to stay here. I'm sick and tired of this country. I should have been fed. Look at how I am. I have been working as a teacher in this country. Not that Ghanaians are illegal, but the Home Affairs forced most of them to be illegal. Because some of them have permanent status, which has been revoked.
Those were some Ghanaians residing in South Africa. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said earlier that logistical and permit issues had delayed the exercise, but arrangements were being finalized for the evacuation. Here is Benjamin Kofi Kwashi, who is Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa.
We've started the screening process for the first 300 Ghanaians who voluntarily want to be repatriated home. These people are here. We got an appointment with the Border Management Authority and also Home Affairs to be able to come here, set up workstations so that they can screen them. These are people that are coming, and people coming from all the provinces. Gauteng alone, we registered close to about 400 people who are coming. So what we have done now is that we have staggered those who are going to go first. We want to do women, children, the vulnerable, the sick, the elderly. So most of these people are going to be part of the first group that leaves on Wednesday.
Benjamin Kofi Kwashi is Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa. Now, Muslims have been preparing for this year's Eid al-Adha celebration. Beginning today, May 27, the festival will be marked with congregational prayers at various mosques and prayer grounds, followed by feasting and other festivities. Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, is a major Islamic holiday honoring Prophet Ibrahim's obedience to God. Nura Mohammed has been to some Muslim communities and brings us this report.
Here in Ghana, the day begins with special congregational prayers held at mosques and open prayer grounds across the country. One of the major highlights of the celebration is the slaughtering of animals, usually sheep, goats, cows, or rams. The meat is then shared in three parts, one for the family, one for relatives and friends, and another for the poor and vulnerable. Some residents and traders at Lima share with us how they are preparing ahead of the Eid.
You are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you collect everybody. You enjoy, you get meat, you get rice, you eat. If you don't have money self, you eat food.
Beside my house, there is a mosque, but most of the times we go to the central mosque and pray. My mothers and my sisters are also buying things for their sons and daughters. Yeah, like I'm very happy with that.
Muslims for the next 3 days will be engaging in Eid al-Adha festivities such as slaughtering livestock, to sharing meat amongst themselves and to those who surround them with love and togetherness. Eid Mubarak to all Muslims in Ghana. Noura Mohammed, Accra.
Eid Mubarak to all Muslims out there. And that's our morning news for you on 3FM 92.7. For more details, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Christabel Success Trevor. Business is up next. Don't go away.